All right, so what's up, sports time? Sports time. We back in here again with another video. This time we're gonna do the NBA bubble preview. You know, the teams that's in the bubble, they down there in Orlando chilling, having fun. You know what I'm saying? Taking fishing, doing whatever they do in the bubble. But on a more serious note, we got all the teams down there. Hopefully they stay safe from the COVID and all that stuff. But let's talk about what's gonna happen in the game. So I mean, we all pretty much know the teams that's in there. We got the Lakers, we got the Clippers, Nuggets, Jazz, Thunder, Rockets, Mavericks, the Grizzlies. I want to say the Pelicans are down there. You have the Wizards down there on the eastern side. You have the Pelicans. You have the Suns and the Kings are also down there too on the western side. And you on the eastern side, you had the Bucks, the Raptors, the Celtics, the Heat, the Pacers, the 76ers, the Nets, the Magic, and then you only have one more team on that side, and that's the Washington Wizards, which, let's be honest, they not finna go nowhere. They finna get knocked out. They like 5 games out of the 8th spot. It's a wrap for them. They just playing for checks. That's all they really doing. But shout out to Bradley Beal. You know he gonna give them 30 every night. But so I mean, let's go with my prediction. Let's go to the prediction portion. No, well, let's slow down on it. First, all right, let's talk about the team. So we got the Lakers down there. You know, they got LeBron, they got AD. The only thing I'm worried about with the Lakers, I don't really trust their bench and their other guys. Like, I'm not sure if J.R. Smith, let's be real, he's not going to get you over the hump. Dion Waiters is cool. He got game. He's not going to get you to that next level. They lost, in my opinion. Now, I know people have varying opinions on Rajon Rondo, but I still think he's a pretty good player. He might lack some defensive ability, but at the same time, he still knows the game of basketball. And I don't think Alex Caruso, as much as everybody want to give him his praise and stuff, he's still only going to give you like 6 points a game, y'all. All that plus, minus, and advanced stats, that means nothing to me, really. And I just don't think he has it. And let's see, they lost Avery Bradley. That's their number one perimeter defender, gone. Danny Green, up and down like a seesaw. You never know. You can never predict how his game is gonna go. JaVale, he can't really create his own shot. Now Dwight is cool. Dwight and JaVale, they work good in tandem. Individually, you know, your team will probably suffer, but as a tandem, they hold it down there, especially when you can bump AD down to the 5 for short stretches. But I know that the media likes to boost up LeBron and the Lakers and stuff. Even though I'm a Laker fan myself, I'm not a LeBron fan, I'm a Laker fan. Is the difference. I just don't know if they have enough firepower to keep up with some of the best teams, the other teams. And especially they have a good defense, but even their perimeter defense is going to suffer a little bit, I would say. So, we'll see. It'll be tough. But when you have, the great players like AD and, you got LeBron too, but it's going to be tough. It's going to take more than those two for them to get over the hump. Let's see, we got the Clippers. That's my pick probably. If I would have an educated pick as to who would come out the bubble as the champ, I would say the Clippers as long as they stay healthy. That's the only caveat. They have to stay healthy. If they, Paul George gets hurt or Kawhi's knees get run down, it could get ugly. But they also play as a team. That's what I like about them. Doc Rivers has them humming. Even if they're missing a player, they good. Like even tomorrow or probably today by the time this video comes out, they're going to be down 3 people. Montrezl Harrell, Patrick Beverly, and one more player. I'm losing it right now, but even though they're down players, and I just don't really see them missing too many. And even when they're out, they're not only gonna be out like a game. Oh, Lou Williams is out because he had the he had the quarantine, so they're missing like three players. But and it's just one game, so it's no really big deal. But they have Patrick Beverly as a point guard. He's not really a major offensive threat, although his jumper has been better this season. He's gonna automatically take off your point guard or whatever your top perimeter player is off the muscle. He got him. He gonna take him out of his game, off the rip. And then you look at Paul George, elite defender. Kawhi Leonard, elite defender. That's what you need. You got the perimeter sold up right there. And when I'm looking at them compared to the Lakers, like, you're gonna slow LeBron down. With all of those bodies that you can throw, you're going to slow him down. Even if he gets his stats, he's not going to get his stats like it's not going to be a walk in the park. And his stats are going to end up taking away from other people's stats. So that's where you get the no help narrative from, because he's trying so hard to keep his stats up that he's in turn limiting other people. So I just think if they can defend the perimeter, keep everything from, just keep it close, really. They don't even just need to blow out the Lakers because, in my opinion, LeBron can't finish. So I don't know who the Lakers finisher is. AD is not really a finisher. Every game that I watch, like, he'll make some big shots, but it's in flux, depending on who's going to take the last shot with the Lakers. When it's, it's between either one or two people, and really, all the games that I've seen this year with the Clippers, they automatically defer to Kawhi. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Paul George, he'll give it to Kawhi. Lou Williams, he'll even give it to Kawhi. So it's even though they have multiple players that can take over, they have that pecking order. You don't have that with the Lakers, and I just think their perimeter defense is going to be good enough. Now, AD is going to get his. We know this. Kyle Kuzma, he's been off and on this year. I thought he was going to be pretty good, but I knew when LeBron had that, when he got AD, that third player always suffers with them, on his teams. No matter who it is, like you look at Kevin Love or Chris Bosh, they went from averaging about 25 and 12 each person the year before they played with LeBron. Then what did they go down to? 19 points. 17 points, 18, still averaging probably around 10 rebounds, 9 rebounds, still averaging basically a double-double, 17 and 10 each one, for each one of them. But that third player always has to alter their game the most, in which we thought that was going to be Kyle Kuzma, but he's even coming off the bench at this point. So you don't have that stability, even though he can go. Now, he can go off for 25 quick, but it's just that stability and actually knowing what's going to happen with him. And you look at the Nuggets, I know everybody's lauding over Bol. He's cool, but he's not going to win. He's not going to win a championship, y'all. Let's be real. Not this year, he's not. He's just a rookie. He's only, got to let him get his feet wet first. Jokic, you got the Joker. I mean, he's cool. I just don't know how they're going to be defensively. If they can come out and play good defense, I think they can be scary. But I just don't know I don't think it's their time yet. I think it's going to be at least another year or two. The Jazz, Donovan Mitchell's cool. Rudy Gobert is soft in my opinion. I don't think they're going to do anything. You got the Thunder. They cool. CP3 cold. He's pretty well. He's getting older now, but he still got game. You got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander who's hooping. They just don't have enough firepower to keep up with the top teams. Now here's my sleeper. You got the Houston Rockets, and you got James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Those two alone can win you games. And by them being in this bubble, that's all you don't have any room for error. You need straight buckets. hoopers. Now I know James Harden has had his qualms and stuff in the past with the playoffs. I really think that was more of the Warriors' defense and just them having a good game plan for him than him just freezing up. But anytime you have a player that can go off for 40, no matter how he gets, I don't care if he takes 34 free throws to get 40 points. I don't care. No points still count on this scoreboard, and he's still making it harder on your defense. And like say what you will, he gets his. You got Russell Westbrook. As long as Russell Westbrook makes good decisions and doesn't grow too fast, see, the thing about Russell Westbrook, he's like a supercharged Corvette, like a Stingray or something, but he got no brakes. He goes, once he gets going, he's going. If he just would slow down just a hair, which he has been doing better this season, he's been more under control. As long as he can slow down just a hair, and as long as they stay healthy, they're going to be mighty dangerous. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see them in the finals. I honestly wouldn't. And you got the Mavericks. Luke was cool, but I'm not gonna give it to him. I don't think they're gonna make any real noise. They might make it interesting for a game or two in a series, but nothing major. Plus, as it's looking right now, they're gonna be playing the Mavericks. They're gonna be playing the Clippers, and I don't know. It's just gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I just don't see them getting out of the first round. Now let's look at the Grizzlies. So the 8th spot can be up between the Grizzlies, Pelicans, Kings, or the Suns. So it's like 4 different teams. Oh, and the Trailblazers. Now, honestly, I believe the 8th spot, that's probably going to be the most interesting race to look at. You have the top. It's only 3 teams that I believe can get it. I think the Suns and Kings are just there. So you have the Memphis Grizzlies, which is in the 8th spot, and you have the Portland Trailblazers and New Orleans Pelicans. Each team is tied, and they're 3.5 games behind the Grizzlies. Now, on the Grizzlies, you got Ja Morant, Rookie of the Year. And you got some dogs, like you got Jaren Jackson. You got, what's my shooter's name? You got what's his name? You got Ja Morant, you got Dylan Brooks, you got Jaren Jackson Jr. Like, you got Jonas Valanciunas holding it down in the middle. Brandon Clark coming off the bench. He's a solid rookie. He had a solid season. Tyus Jones is a solid point guard. I wouldn't be, like, even if they match up with the Lakers, I think that it can potentially go 6 or 7. That's another sleeper. And really with these games, especially when you having old people or older players, and especially players that are fragile, like, kind of like Anthony Davis, he's fragile. They need to play as few games as possible so that they can be fresh going into the Western Conference Finals or Conference Finals and the finals, potentially the finals. Any games, like, look at it this way. If they play 6 games or 7 games with the Grizzlies or whoever their first round opponent is, that's a loss. Because now you're giving games, you got to look at that. It's you giving games to the Clippers. You giving games to the Rockets. So if it's not a 4 or 5 game, if it's not a 4-game sweep or a 5-game series in their first round, look for the Lakers to be going home early. They're going to be packing up, and they're going to be on. Instead of being close to Miami Beach, they're going to be back on the beach. They're going to be back on the west side. And it's just going to be tough. Like, even if they play the Pelicans, You got to pay. Now you got to deal with Zion, who probably would have been rookie of the year if he'd have played more games. As you know, that's up for debate. You got Brandon Ingram. You got Lonzo Ball, and you know these former Laker players are gonna be itching. They're gonna be itching to get back at the Lakers, and that would make their day. That would make their whole life, career right now to put out the Lakers. So you know that series would be mighty interesting. And like a little background on myself, I am a Laker fan. I like Brandon Ingram. I like all the Lakers. I wish that we never would have gotten LeBron. I wanted to see all my young boys come up and let us build something. But, you know, the LeBron effect, they want to cater to his will and bend the knee. So that's how we go on that one. But I think they got something special down there in New Orleans, and I wouldn't be surprised if you might see the Pelicans in the second round or something if they played the Lakers. You never know. Even the Trailblazers were beating on the Lakers in the regular season. Dame Lillard went out for like 50. Like, you got spark plugs like Dame Lillard, probably the best point guard in the league, or second best. I got him right behind Curry. They tit for tat, in my opinion. It's just whoever you want. You got C.J. McCollum. You still got Melo. Melo can hit a few shots. Hoodie Melo might make an appearance in the bubble. We're gonna have bubble Melo or something. So it's a toss up. It's a toss up. Don't just write those AC teams off. These aren't regular AC teams. Like, they have talent. They have talent. Don't write them off. Please don't, because look, if you betting against them, you might lose some money. And so let's take it over to the East. We got the Bucks, Raptors, Celtics, Heat, Pacers, 76ers, Nets, the Magic, and you got the Wizards, which I'm not even going to talk about them. They got Bradley Beal. Shout out to him. Should have been on somebody's All-NBA team, but at the same time, they're not finna get in the playoffs. You got the Bucks. They've been number one all season. They got Giannis, the MVP. Only thing about them, I just don't trust Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton is like, it's ebbs and flows with him. I can look at him almost like a souped up Danny Green or something. Like, I've seen him go out for 12 points. Go off for 12 points. Yes, you heard it. Go off for 12 points. And that'll let your team down. You're supposed to be an all-star, all-NBA type player. You can't let your team down. You can't let your team down. You can't leave Giannis hanging, because you already know Giannis is deficient as a shooter, period, let alone three-point shooting. Only thing he can do is shoot us. You know, he can shoot. He might be able to knock down a spot up three or something maybe, but it's no guarantee what his jumper is going to do. But I look at him almost as a Shaq type, but for every Shaq, you need your Kobe. You need your Penny. You need your D Wade. Can Chris Middleton be that? I'm not sure. They might have to do it by committee, because I just don't trust him. I'm sorry, Bucks fans, but I just don't trust Chris Middleton. He going to have to show me something. But they have a nice structure around them. They got shooters everywhere. They could do it. They can make it interesting. I think they could win. There's an outside shot for them to win. I would just have to see it before I give it to them, because I just don't trust Chris Middleton. Maybe if Chris Middleton was Klay Thompson, then I would say the Bucks would win every single time. But Chris Middleton is Chris Middleton, and I've seen him like not show up. It's too many times for me to trust him. Then you got the Raptors. I don't trust Kyle Lowry. I just don't. Like, when he and DeRozan were on the team, one half of the Trash Brothers, not the Splash Brothers. Like, I just don't know. Fred VanVleet, he's hooping, but if you got Kyle Lowry going off for a measly 4 points in the biggest games, what is that gonna get you? You depending on him. I can't trust Kyle Lowry. Pascal Siakam on to come up. most improved player last year, but he gonna have to prove it without Kawhi. He gonna have to show that he's the man. But they are a pretty deep team. They can do some things. They can make it difficult. And you got Nick Nurse, who's a solid coach. He'll throw out a lot of different he'll throw out a lot of defensive coverages. I like the boxing one that he put on Curry last year. Even though I was actually rooting for the Warriors, I still like that it was creative. Most coaches would have too much pride to switch up and go to a boxing one or 2-3. I've even seen, I forgot which team that was the other day, running 3-2. Like I like seeing the strategy brought to the NBA game right now. I really do. I know a lot of people don't like zones and stuff like that, but it's strategy. You have to learn how to play as a player. You see somebody switching it up on you, you gotta switch and adjust yourself. You can't call somebody weak because they're trying to play towards their strength. That's what they're supposed to do. So you do what you're supposed to do and find a way to counter whatever they move. It's just a chess match. Just chess. You got the Celtics. They could be dangerous. You got Jason Tatum, who's coming into his own. Like, if they allow him to be the leader and just be their engine and get him there, I think that they can do it. You got Kemba Walker, who's solid, one of my favorite players. Solid. But I think he needs to probably defer to Jason Tatum a little bit more, or just let him kind of get the show, take the show over, and then you just be that second punch. It's just about knowing your role and getting it balance right. You got Jaylen Brown, same thing with him. Just stay steady, get your 15, 16 points, play great defense, and you good. Let Jason Tatum go out there and get his 25. Jason Tatum gets 25. Kemba Walker get 18. And Jaylen Brown get his 17, 18. That's a winning formula. Then you still got Gordon Hayward, who can go off for 15 to 20 points. You have they got 5 defense everywhere. Like, especially on the perimeter, like they can lock up just about anyone. It's just, you still got Enes Kanter. I believe they have him coming off the bench. Like, they're solid, and you still got one of the best coaches in the league. And they're just going to have to prove that they're not too young to take it. You got the Heat. You got Eric Spoelstra, who's a solid coach. Jimmy Butler on that team. You got Bam Adebayo, solid. And you got Tyler Hero coming off the bench. You got Dragic. You got what's my young bull? The rookie. Could have been rookie of the year, another potential rookie of the year. Yeah, another potential rookie of the year, Kendrick Nunn, solid. Duncan Robinson, probably one of the top 5 shooters in the league right now. Most people don't even know about him. Andre Iguodala, a lot of experience. Like, they have some hoopers. Kelly Olynyk, Myers Leonard, solid players. They don't not really just stars, but hey, that's all you need to be is solid. You got Jimmy Butler there. He can get you there. You got the Pacers. I don't really see it with them. They're solid. They got Victor Oladipo, but he's coming off an injury. You got Sabonis over there, but they just don't. I don't believe they have enough firepower. They'll probably be solid defensively, maybe be able to put somebody maybe 6 games in the first round, but nothing major. You got the 76ers now. They're injury dependent for me. Embiid, how long can he stay healthy in the bubble? Playing every other day, like they have the schedule set up, is he gonna be able to be healthy for the next 3.5 months potentially? There you go. That's their main thing right there. Can Embiid stay healthy and focused? Can he be in shape? You have Ben Simmons. You already know his jumper is non-existent. He can't shoot. Like, will he be able to bulldoze his way to the rim and give you a 19-20? Will he be able to take the next step as a player and maybe even develop a mid-range game or something?